Alright folks, John Cordisco back again. This is a game from the Reykjavik Open from round 7, played on March 15th, 2015. I'm going to show this game. I'm going to do some odd videos up until the start of the U.S. Championship on April 1st. This game illustrates, no matter how good you are, what a great player you are, how strong you are, we all screw up. And we all overextend. Carl Nakamura calls it, you hallucinate. You think something's there that really isn't. And it happens to all of us, me included, and even world-class players. So let's get to it. Lamy is white, over 2,600, great player, and someone that needs no introduction in the chess world. Mamedyarov, super grandmaster, rated 2756. Lamy is white, Mamedyarov is black. It's going to be English. Go through the opening fairly quickly here. You've all seen this. It's always intrigued me that the queen goes back to d2. I'm looking at the computer off screen, and the only reason why I don't like d2 is the black send the bishop on c1. Now, who am I to question Lamy, but queen to d1, queen f4. Those are the choices of the computer, but all three are fairly close. I'm not going to split hairs here. Queen to d2, g6, b3. So we can see, of course, when the queen's in the way of this bishop, he's going to fianchetto it here. Bishop g7, bishop, knight f6, g3, typical English stuff. Castles, bishop g2, double fianchetto, interesting. Computer shows it about even. Rook to e8. Knight to f3, pretty typical stuff. Mamedyarov's a world-class player, is black. Lamy is no slouch either. Bishop f5. Now, according to the computer, this is the last book move. Knight to h4 is also the computer's choice, forcing the bishop back. And then white finally castles. Okay. Typical stuff, nothing really earth-shattering. This knight here is kind of froze with this really strong bishop bearing down. Queen to c8, there you go. Harden the pawn, and also, looking at, I do this quite often with a fianchetto, bring the bishop over to get rid of it. Rook f d1, bishop, here we go. But Lamy does something that normally you don't see. Usually you'll see, you just leave it. Computer likes knight to d5, f3 even. Goes bishop h1. Now if he had gone knight to d5, knight takes, pawn takes, bishop takes, queen takes, bishop takes, king takes, knight e5. And that's the computer's choice. Stronger or not on the later dark squares, the bishops are gone, so it doesn't really make a heck of a lot of difference. All the pawns are connected. This is fairly drawish. Little advantage for white according to the computer, but after bishop h1, queen g4. Now, this looks a lot more serious than it is. I mean, that queen isn't really doing much there, to be honest with you. Knight to g2, okay. Queen to d4. Brings the rook over, knight here, queen takes, bishop takes, rook takes. Now knight here. Interesting. This is where it starts getting a little fascinating. Black is up the exchange, but after knight here, the obvious move is knight to g5. That's the only move for black, but to be looking at this, the computer gives it a question mark, and I really don't understand. Knight takes c3 is the choice of the computer for black. And then bishop takes and then g5. Knight to g5. What to do? What to do? White, of course. takes the bishop. Knight takes. Then king to f1. And believe it or not, this is where Mamedyarov resigned. To me, I don't understand. It's not the greatest in the world. It's an almost 2-point advantage for white on the computer, even though he's down the exchange. Let's go through a couple of things here. Knight to c2 is the chosen move for black. Then rook to d1. Knight comes out. Yeah, it's torturous. Yeah, it's tough. Chase the knight off. The computer likes that. Knight c6. You go back here. Yeah, you're down the exchange. Big deal. I just don't get it. But Mamedyarov is a world-class player. Maybe he just got PO'd and said that's enough. Anyway, folks, there's the final position of the game. I just thought it was an interesting choice. Black overextended. I just can't get in the head of these super grandmasters. I guess he just didn't want to play it out. I certainly would, and I think anybody would. I know a Carl Nakamura would have played it out. I know Carlsen would have played it out. I know Kramnik would have played it out. Ronian, all of them. I just don't get it. But it is what it is. And so there's an interesting game from round 7 of the Reykjavik Open. Maybe it taught us something. Maybe it didn't. I'm not so sure. Anyway, folks, as I always say, if you think chess is just a game, you're not playing it right. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.